If you're here, that means you like me. Either you like me or you're a friend, family member, coworker of a family member, friend of a friend, friend of a family member. Either way, I appreciate you. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this video. I'm your girl Sage Kabai, and today we're going to be talking about intuition. Why? Because I'm passionate about intuition. I want to connect you with your intuition and help you to feel empowered through that process. So we're going to be talking about the intuition wound. It's a very, 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 very important topic on the subject of intuition because it deals with a lot of why we're even here. Why someone needs to even get reconnected with their intuition, because it's wounded, it's weak. It is like a muscle. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. So a lot of people with this wound specifically feel like, oh, I'll just strengthen my intuition. No, it doesn't work that way. Oh, I'll just close up this wound. Nah, it doesn't work that way. You need to do both simultaneously. It is not like the mother wound, the father wound, the inner child wound. I know you've heard of those before. Maybe you haven't, but where it's not like a normal wound where you can just patch it up, put a band-aid on it, call it a day, I'm all set. No, you have to strengthen it like a muscle as well as patch it up. So you need to heal that wound and strengthen it. Because if you close up that wound and it's weak, it's almost like you didn't do any work because your intuition's weak. And yeah, your wound is healed. Your wound is, but what benefit do you get from a weak intuition with a wound? I'm getting all tongue-tied. What benefit does a weak intuition serve you? Same thing, if you have a very strong intuition now, but you have this gaping hole, a gaping wound, what purpose does that strong intuition serve you if you can easily be hurt again by that wound? It's like nothing. It's like you didn't even do the work. So you need to strengthen and heal at the same time. Okay? And that's why I think this topic is so important, because you can sometimes do one without the other. People can have a strong intuition and go right back to suppressing it because they haven't healed that wound. Now let's talk a little bit about why or how the intuition gets wounded. I mentioned it just now, suppression. Suppressing your intuition is abusing your intuition. Suppressing your intuition is when you get that gut feeling, you get that knowing, you get that, I want to say clear knowing, and that's clear cognizance. That's one of the extrasensory perceptions, like it's a psychic ability. But intuition and clear cognizance are very, very similar to me because they are both knowing with a confidence, with a clarity, right? So your intuition, when you get those feelings, those vibes, those knowing with a confidence, and you ignore it because you wait for someone else to tell you you're wrong. For example, if you get a feeling that someone's lying to you, and you wait for that person to come and lie to you and tell you, no, I'm not lying to you, that is a way that you're abusing and suppressing your intuition because you got that feeling. You didn't go any further. You didn't research. You didn't even give it a chance. You just completely shut it down because maybe someone else came in your ear and told you something, or just for the simple fact that you didn't have enough trust and confidence in your own abilities. That's how it continues to get wounded, and that's how it continues to get weak, because now not only are you allowing it to be abused, but you're also not strengthening it by doing the research, by fact checking, by going back and yes, you're confident about something. Yes, you got a gut feeling, but you can also go back and check. And when you go back and check, that's when you get the confidence, like, wow, I was right. Wow, I was right about the lying, or I was right that they stole that money from my purse, or I was right that I was going to get this job, or I was right, whatever it is that you had that gut feeling about. When you go and try to get that confirmation, when you go and do your research and you realize you're right, that's a way that you strengthen your intuition. Now, why does this matter? You're like, okay, great. I have intuition, my intuition's wounded. Why? Who cares, right? You should care. I care, because your intuition is your connection with yourself. So by denying that part of yourself, you are essentially denying yourself. And a lot of times when we have issues with confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, it's because we're doing these types of things. We're suppressing different parts of ourselves for the sake of others, or for the sake of just not believing in ourselves. So when you begin to work on your intuition, when you begin to nurture your intuition, strengthen it, and see the power that you harness, what you have within you, you begin to boost up yourself and your own confidence and your own self-worth, and you begin to see your value. That's why you should care. You should care because you are denying yourself a piece of yourself. You are denying yourself a piece of your power. You are denying yourself empowerment when you are denying yourself your intuition. It's like a mystical, magical, beautiful thing that we possess, this intuition, this knowing. It's very close to divinity. It's very close to source. It's very close to God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, high vibrational energy, this intuition that we have. So that's why you need to connect with it, and that's why you need to care about healing it and strengthening it. Now, some ways that you can do this. I wrote a whole blog post about using crystals to strengthen and heighten your intuition. You can check that out on my website. It's sagekabai.com. I'll put the link in the description box. Check that post out. But also, you can meditate with crystals, keep crystals on you. You can people watch. That's one of my favorite things to do. Not like a creep. I'm not saying go out and be a creep. I'm saying like you can watch the behaviors of people. These could be people you know. These could be people you don't know. I find that it works a lot better on people that you know, because you begin to learn their behaviors, their tells, their baselines, right? And these things are important when you're reading people and when you're getting a sense of people. And then again, when you realize you're right, it only helps to strengthen your intuition. So you can use self-care rituals. You can use baths with crystals. You can use baths in generals with herbs. You can smoke herbs. You know, there are a number of ways that you can strengthen your intuition. Now, let's get back to the wound. So now we talked about ways you can strengthen your intuition. How do you heal this wound? How do you go from a place of not believing yourself, not believing in yourself or your gut feeling, to closing that up and coming to terms with this ability and empowering yourself? And the answer to that is a slow, steady process. It's not going to happen overnight. But a lot of these things, with the self-care, the bath rituals, the talking positive affirmations to yourself, looking yourself in the mirror, these kind of things help to heal and close up that wound, because it's building. You basically need to rebuild that trust for yourself, with yourself, for yourself. You need to rebuild up that trust as you would with another person. Like, it does take time for you to, if someone's betrayed you, if someone's lied to you, if someone hasn't believed you or treated you wrong, you're not just going to believe them or take them back immediately. I mean, some people might, but even those people that take them back immediately have their issues or have their time period where it's like, I still need time. We can't just go from where we are now to where we used to be. You know, you need time to build up that love, that trust, and all of that again. So you have to give yourself that same amount of time, that same courtesy. Don't expect that this is going to happen overnight, but I promise you, once you start doing a lot of the self-care rituals, once you start doing a lot of meditation and spending time with yourself, testing your intuition, trusting your intuition, when you feel those gut feelings, starting to trust it and follow through with what it's telling you, then you'll begin to trust yourself again. So again, it's not going to happen overnight, but it's definitely well worth it to go through the process of beginning to trust yourself and beginning to trust your intuition again. Go out and try these things for yourself. Check out my blog post about the crystals if you're into crystals. If you're not into crystals, I also have an oracle meditation on my website if you're interested, where I do an oracle reading for you, and then we can meditate regarding this specifically or whatever else you want to meditate about. But I really find that meditation helps. Self-care rituals help. So now that you know what an intuition wound is, why you should care, and what you can do about healing it, go out and do it. Go do it. So go ahead. Like, what are you waiting for? Why are you still even watching this video? Like, go. No, but seriously, I hope that this video serves your greatest good. It resonates with you, and it can help you in beginning your journey to healing your intuition wound if you've recognized that you have one. So I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bless.